The primary purpose of this trip was to visit some friends of mine that live in the Mammoth Lakes area. But Barbara and I went sightseeing as we drove up 395. There is a lot of lava flow alongside 395 until you get to a place that we pulled off called Fossil Falls. Now, Fossil Falls is actually a ancient riverbed that the river has been rerouted thousands and thousands of years ago, but it did leave some worn rocks that are very unique. The water traveling over fresh lava smoothed them out and carved unique rings or holes in the rocks. I'm videotaping you. The parking lot from Fossil Falls is just about 1.1 miles off the main highway, and then the walk to the falls itself is less than 2/10 of a mile, a nice easy walk. There are restrooms right at the parking lot. The area just before the falls is the polished rock. It's hard to get a good photograph of it, but the surface of the rocks have been worn smooth. These two pictures do show the holes in the rock. This particular cliff right here is used by a lot of rock climbers that are beginning to learn how to rock climb. Now these holes are carved by little pebbles sitting in a hole and water rushing over the hole, turning the pebbles around, and they actually grind a hole into the rock. There are massive lava beds around the Fossil Falls area. That is actually a cone in the background. The stuff on the side of the rock is called lichen. It actually comes in many different colors. In this case, we get some bright orange. We're back on the road, back on 395, and stopped off at the Ranch House Cafe and had Indian bread dinner. Delicious. We turned off 395 onto Tuttle Creek Road. A farmer left a hose on deliberately to build these ice areas. This is Hopalong Cassidy's ranch house, where he stayed while filming westerns in the Alabama hills. This is part of the Alabama hills. Rock formations are fascinating. We visited this area before going into Lone Pine for the night, and the following day we went into the movie road. These rocks are granite, but the wind has carved these holes into the rock and even archway that you'll see here in a minute.
I don't want to slip on the mud.
Yeah. If you haven't already figured it out, it is cold out. It is in the high 30s, but there is still a lot of ice in the area. We spent the night in Lone Pine, and in the morning we drove out into the Alabama hills and found Movie Road. Over 360 old movies were filmed in this area. We found an old gold mine stamping place out on this dirt road. Manzanar, a Japanese internment camp during World War II. I picture this as injustice to humanity. Barbara and I took time to go through the Manzanar Museum. It was just fabulous, very emotional. It really does show that in a moment of panic how mankind can be very unjust. We are driving north on 395 headed for Big Pine. We want to drive up to the Bristlecone Pines National Monument. We got off Highway 395 onto 168, and the higher we go in elevation, we start hitting patches of snow alongside the road. Turn it off now.
Okay. That's the side of the hills. Whoa, that's nice.
Pine Forest is 5 miles.
Okay, should I shut this off?
Yeah. This is the Sierra Nevada mountains from across Owens Valley. The last half of mile getting to the visitor center in Bristlecone Pines National Monument got to be a bit hairy. This car is not equipped with all-weather tires, nor did I have snow chains, but we made it up and we made it back. We made it to Bishop, California, got checked into our motel, and late that afternoon we took off for Convict Lake where we were going to meet our friends for dinner. There's a wonderful restaurant at Convict Lake, but the lake itself was overcast and dark, so the photography didn't turn out very good, but it did look cold out there. Driving up to Bishop by way of 395, the Sierra Nevada mountains are off to our left, and they are just loaded with snow. Just outside of Bishop, California is Lake Sabrina, about 19 miles outside of Bishop. Anyway, we decided to drive up and go as far as we could until we hit a closed gate and ran into snow. It was fun though driving up there. The roads became a little bit icy, so we decided to turn around. I did not have snow tires and I did not have snow chains, and we didn't want to get stuck, so we turned around. When we got up Friday morning, it was about 30 degrees outside, but by 10 o'clock in the morning, it was in the high 30s, and we got out on the Browns Campground golf course in Bishop. We were dressed for it, and it was nice, it was gorgeous, there was no wind. We just had a great time, though it did take us almost 5 hours just to play 18 holes. on the road for home Saturday morning and the drive south. Lots of snow alongside the highway. It was up in the mountains. It was not down on the desert where we were driving, but the scenery was just beautiful. All in all, it was a fun 3-day trip. We got to see a lot.